When you first get involved with a narcissist, it feels like a dream come true. They're charming, attentive, and they make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. That's because, at that stage, they're still trying to hook you. They want your attention, your admiration, and most importantly, they want control. Narcissists feed off of the energy of others, especially the positive kind, because deep down, they're hollow inside. They're not the confident, self-assured people they project themselves to be. Their self-esteem is fragile, so they rely on external validation to feel good about themselves. In the beginning, you're their perfect source of that validation, and they'll do whatever it takes to keep you hooked. But as the relationship progresses, something shifts. The person who once showered you with affection starts to pull away. They become distant, critical, and manipulative. The push-pull dynamic begins, and it leaves you feeling confused and unbalanced. This is classic narcissistic behavior. They love to create chaos. By keeping you on your toes, they ensure that you stay focused on them. If you're constantly trying to get back to that honeymoon phase you experienced in the beginning, they know they've got you wrapped around their finger. Now let's fast forward to the breakup. Maybe you finally had enough of their lies and manipulation, or maybe they decided to discard you when they felt like you were no longer useful. Either way, it feels like a relief to be free of the toxicity. You might start to heal, focusing on yourself and moving on with your life. But just when you think you're out of the woods, they reappear. It could be weeks, months, or even years later, but rest assured, they will come back. Why? Because they never truly let go. Here's the thing about narcissists. They don't see people as individuals with their own needs, desires, and boundaries. To them, you're just an extension of their ego. When they leave or discard you, it's not because they've moved on in a healthy way. They might find someone new to exploit, but that doesn't mean they've forgotten about you. In fact, they often keep tabs on their exes, even if it seems like they've disappeared from your life. Narcissists are master manipulators, and they love to keep their options open. So why do they come back? It's all about control and supply. Narcissists view relationships as transactions. They don't experience love in the same way emotionally healthy people do. Instead, they view partners as sources of narcissistic supply. People who can feed their need for admiration, attention, and control. When they sense that their current supply is running low, or when they're not getting the level of adoration they crave, they start looking around for other sources. And guess what? You, the ex, are already familiar territory. They know how to push your buttons, and they know you might still have unresolved feelings for them. Narcissists are incredibly intuitive when it comes to detecting vulnerability. They'll swoop in when you least expect it, often pretending they've changed or that they miss you and regret what happened between you two. They might send you a casual text, slide into your DMs, or even show up where they know you'll be. And because of the emotional roller coaster they put you through during the relationship, it's easy to fall back into their trap. A lot of times, people think maybe they really have changed. Maybe this time will be different. Spoiler alert, it won't be. Narcissists are experts at faking change when it suits them. They might promise to be better, to treat you differently, to value you in a way they never did before. But this is all part of the manipulation. They know exactly what to say to make you doubt yourself, and they'll use your empathy and desire for closure against you. But here's the kicker. It's not about love, regret, or even the idea of rekindling a relationship. When a narcissist comes back, it's purely about regaining control. Remember, to them, people are possessions. They don't want to see you happy, thriving, or moving on without them. The idea that you've healed or grown without their influence is intolerable. By coming back, they're reasserting their dominance. They want to remind you and themselves that they still have the power to affect your emotions and disrupt your life. Another reason narcissists return is that they fear abandonment. Deep down, they have a core belief that they're unlovable and worthless without the attention of others. When they lose control over you, it taps into that fear. They can't stand the idea of you not needing them anymore. So, they'll return, Not because they miss you, but because they can't handle the idea of you thriving without them. It's a selfish impulse that has nothing to do with your well-being and everything to do with their fragile ego. Let's not forget the role of hoovering. This is a classic narcissistic tactic where they try to suck you back into their orbit after a breakup. The term hoovering comes from the vacuum brand because that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to suck you back into the dysfunction. They'll say or do whatever it takes to lure you back, and once you're hooked again, the cycle of abuse starts all over. They might be on their best behavior at first, but it's only a matter of time before the mask slips and you're right back where you started. So, what should you do when your narcissist ex tries to come back? The most important thing is to stay strong and maintain your boundaries. Narcissists hate boundaries because it means they're losing control. Don't engage with them. Don't respond to their attempts to reach out. And most importantly, don't fall for their charm. It can be incredibly tempting to hear them out, especially if they're saying all the right things, but remember, they haven't changed. They're just playing a different angle. If you've been through the trauma of a narcissistic relationship, the best thing you can do for yourself is to focus on healing. Cut off all contact, surround yourself with supportive people, and work on rebuilding your self-esteem. Narcissists thrive on keeping you dependent on them emotionally, so the more you invest in your own well-being, the less power they'll have over you. Over time, you'll begin to see them for what they really are, a deeply insecure person who uses manipulation and deceit to feel in control. And when that moment comes, you'll realize that you deserve so much better. I know it's not easy, and the road to recovery can feel long, but trust me, it's worth it. By staying strong and refusing to let your narcissist ex back into your life, you're taking back your power. You're reclaiming your sense of self, and that's something no narcissist can ever take from you again. So, there you have it. Don't be fooled when your narcissist ex comes knocking. They will come back, but it's not because they've changed or because they love you. It's because they need control, and they see you as a source of supply. Stay strong, set boundaries, and keep moving forward.